Hey, greetings and welcome to Faulkner Fixes All. One of our neighbors was taking a little hike after the hurricane and get out of here. Bees! This is my homemade cooked dinner area. The gravel is so my feet don't get muddy. It's a bunch of scrap wood for making frames or some welding gloves for dealing. Actually, some of the best meals I've ever had have been cooked right here in these last couple days. No food is going to waste. But one of my neighbors was on a hike, and these two very thirsty, tired-looking goats followed her home, and we were the only one with a fence. And the fence used to be part of this garden that we got rid of because this pear tree grew. And we just liked the pear tree so much. And you know what? The garden really wasn't doing much with all these trees around here. It just wasn't getting enough sun. Even the tomatoes were barely making it. So we gave up on the garden. But it is fenced in. I don't know for how much longer, with Mr. Excitement here leaning on it. He seems to be itching his head on a baby maple and eating it at the same time. And Mr. Excitement is eating some honeysuckle. And I got to get in here and take all this. I had this like rabbit fence to prevent rabbits from. Well, it didn't work. The rabbits got in. I tried everything. They chewed through that plastic part. Rabbits can chew through plastic, and then I figured that out, and I put some chicken wire there. But at that point, it was all over, and my efforts to keep the animals out of the garden were actually quite ridiculous. But now we have these two stray goats. I don't know what kind of goats they are. One seems to be, well, they're both really happy about itching on that tree. One seems to be slightly dominant than the other one. I got to get rid of this stuff in the middle. I got to get in there in a few minutes once they've figured out which tree is going to itch them the best. Wow, look at them go. They're munching and itching. Oh, they're using their horns to break the branches to eat. I see. That's fine. I need this whole area weeded. Guys, you know, I want this all cleaned up. And in about, maybe 8 or 9 hours, I want this whole area cleaned up. Good. Glad you're working on it. Okay. This is my little safety clamp. Anyway, so yeah, we abandoned this garden because these giant trees. There was just no sun. But boy, it's really doing a good job keeping goats in. And there's this other pen back here. And this was here when we bought the place. This wasn't, but this pen was. And so when they eat everything in this little triangle pen, we'll just, transfer them over to the other pasture. This is great. I don't have to cut this little baby tree down now. Wow, look at them go. I don't know what kind of goats they are. They seem to have a little, udder for milking. What's going on there? I don't think that's, I think that's a girl goat. Yeah, I think they're for milk, I guess. Chime in if you know. I don't know. And they do have little horns. He's got some little nubs there. Yeah, anyway. It's basically back to the Stone Ages around here right now. I siphoned all the gas out of this red truck. Poor little red truck. I siphoned every drop just about for the generator, so we can run the generator to charge things and to keep the freezer. We run the generator for 3 or 4 hours a day, less than that actually, and then that makes the freezer come on, the refrigerator, and then we can keep things cool that way. Absolutely no help from the city of Weaverville or the state of North Carolina. They're just flying helicopters over and doing stuff, and I know they're busy, but you're on your own. There's a few centers you can get water and some MRE food or something, some instant food, but as for any kind of like actual help, no. I did hear Walmart opened, but there's like a 6-hour wait to get in there. I don't really go to Walmart anyway, and we have stuff here to eat, so we're not going to be part of the masses that are waiting in that line. And besides, I think we're going to have some goat milk soon. If that is an udder, I'd hate to grab that if it's not an udder. That might be an issue. I think these are girl goats. I'm not sure. Maybe that's not an udder. Maybe somebody shouldn't be grabbing onto that. Anyway, this is what we... Oh, good, he's getting that tree. They're starting on the trees first. It must be the bark they like. Look at that. He's starting on that tree over there. This is fabulous. Huh. So first they itch their head on it, or their horns, and then they kind of... We'll have to check. I'm sure these trees will be down in about 4 hours. Okay, so if you've seen the other videos, it's pretty bad around here. I hope to have some bike videos coming up soon. Bikes, my antique bikes. No bikes were harmed in the hurricane, by the way. A few muddy tires in the basement, which I cleaned. So no Schwinn's were harmed. Thanks for asking. Just not really a priority right now, but I will get back to it, I promise. Yeah, it's interesting. I hope no more stray animals show up, because we only have this one pen that's available right now. So if you know what kind of goats those are, I don't think they're milk goats. They might be both boys. I don't know. Yeah. Hey, Faulkner fixes all. Straight ahead. Life is good. It could be worse. We have a way to cook food. We have a camp stove up there. We have a way to cook food. And we filled the tub before all this happened. And there seems to be at least drinking water distribution. So I take it back. This Buncombe County, North Carolina is doing something, albeit the exact bare minimum. They get an F. And yeah. But we'll see. Straight ahead. Everything's fine. No bikes were harmed in the hurricane. Okay, have a good day. Look at that. Oh man, it's just ready to go. There's just no fuel.